The last decade, when cash was free, companies were essentially still focused on return on net assets and managed to jettison all the things that would make return on net assets look bad. So we shut down R&D labs, we shut down manufacturing, we shut down all this stuff that actually is the core of innovation. We no longer have that. In fact, and I'm going to generalize, but it's probably not too far from the truth, most companies are just kind of financial structures with distribution channels and maybe marketing arms. Yet in the 21st century, we actually, to compete, need those core things back. But we typically have CEOs who are finance types or legal people, and our boards are stuffed with those, and we're the product people. They're sitting in like the Pearl River Valley. And so it's not that we don't know how to do this, but we need to kind of restart the innovation engine. That's one. The other problem is that we've gotten really, really good in the last 10 or 20 years about making execution pristine in the large companies. We have KPIs. We have, processes and procedures and incentive programs. And in fact, all those processes and procedures that make execution efficient strangle innovation in its crib. It's a big idea. You're somebody in the bottom of the organization trying to raise your hand and say innovation, and they go to page 412 on the HR manual and say, oh, that's not in your job description. And they'll laugh. I mean, that stuff happens. And so what we're starting to see today is kind of corporations trying to kickstart some of this stuff up again, and for the first time, which didn't exist in the 90s when Christensen was writing An Innovator's Dilemma, and people were doing smart things as well about thinking about corporate innovation, is we now have kind of a set of tools for startups that didn't exist before. That is, we could now take some of these lean startup tools and say, how would we apply them inside of a large corporation? And the good news is we have the tools. The bad news is you cannot just plop them into a existing company and expect that the antibodies don't immediately kind of like throw it back out.